Hi, I'm Dr. Rick Chai, inventor of the chiropractic Anteater Anterior adjusting device. That's a mouthful, I know, but it's known as the Anteater. It is made of high-grade polished stainless steel that is TIG welded. TIG weld means a more expensive, more difficult weld to perform, which not only makes the Anteater look extremely professional, exquisite, but it also makes it extremely strong. We drove a full-size crew cab Toyota Tundra over one of these. It did not break. It's still in use today. So unless you lose it, it's virtually a one-time purchase. It weighs less than a pound, so it's easy to carry from room to room. There's no need for any special anterior board. Virtually eliminates the need for that. Can be used on a soft surface, hard surface, on a wall. I tell docs that you can use this on surfaces anywhere that you would use an empty hand, and some places you wouldn't. You can use it on a parking lot if you had to. You wouldn't want to mar the beautiful surface, but it could be done. Now, the doctor simply slides his or her hand in, and the Anteater protects the hand. There is not an ounce of pressure on the doctor's hand while giving the anterior adjustment. The steel frame mimics the skeletal structure of the hand, which provides the resistance against the spine. The recycled rubber pads on the bottom go opposite sides of the spine, and the spinous process sits right in the middle. A large percentage of our doctors are female doctors because, unlike the human hand, the Anteater doesn't flex or bend, so the spine can't resist the pressure of the force when you give the anterior adjustment with the Anteater. So what I'm saying is you apply much less pressure. It takes a lot less force to adjust the patient with the Anteater as opposed to using the open hand. It also increases the mass of a woman's hand under the patient because a woman's doctor's hand tends to be a little smaller than a man's hand. It is now taught at most major chiropractic universities. Doctors first look at this as well and they say, man, that's got to hurt the patient. It's solid steel. It is actually softer for the patient than the human hand. Go to anteateradjust.com, that's anteateradjust.com, and look at the video demonstrations of us at trade shows, and you'll see the amazement on doctors' faces as they're receiving adjustments on how comfortable this really is and how quickly they buy it. It sells for $349, which, when you take an account for the worth of your hand, it can't compare, and it's built to last a lifetime. Young doctors getting out of school should never give an anterior with an empty hand. Older doctors that have been practicing for a while and have arthritic hands from anterior adjustments certainly as well can benefit from the Anteater, and your patients will love it as well. The beauty of the Anteater is in its solid steel core design. Many in the past have tried to come up with an answer for how to protect the doctor's hand while giving an anterior adjustment. Well, I think in the past, others thought, well, if you put something hard under the patient, it's going to hurt that patient. Well, it's not the softness of the device that is to adjust the patient, and it's not the softness of the flesh of the hand that is adjusting the patient. It is actually the resistance of the skeletal structure of the human hand. And therefore, we needed to design something that not only gave 100% protection to the hand, but also added a steel or a hard structure that would mimic the skeletal structure of the human hand, so that as you're adjusting the patient, there would be some resistance. Then we had to add something soft, just like mimicking the flesh over bone, and that's where the rubber pads come in. What we didn't realize until we started using a prototype was that along with the protection, something fantastic happened. We noticed that you got instant feedback reverberating through the stainless steel. You can feel and hear the audible coming right through the stainless steel, and it's felt right in your hand right when you get it. The number one thing that doctors say to us after they use these at trade shows is, my gosh, the reason we were so apprehensive about either buying the Anteater online or ever using any type of anterior device or using blocks with patients under the spine is because there's no feedback. So the wonderful, wonderful thing about the Anteater that we didn't even realize was going to happen until it was in use that we got instant feedback. Imagine hitting a baseball with a bat, and you can feel your bat hit the ball at the moment that it hits because you feel the ball, power from the bat reverberate down the bat into your hand. The same is true with the Anteater. So along with the very, very efficient design of giving the patient a very thorough adjustment with less force needed and no harm to the doctor's hand, the other beautiful, wonderful benefit is that there is instant feedback knowing whether you got that spine to audible or not. Buy one today.